Maintenant, je vous invite à voir qu'est-ce qui se passe dans une de mes leçons. Alors, il va y avoir une courte vidéo qui suit. Je vous invite à prêter attention. So, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put your finger on your Adam's apple. Okay? Good.
Yes.
Now, say the word kiss.
Kiss.
At the end of the word, did you feel a vibration in your finger?
Kiss.
Did you feel a vibration in your finger?
When I say kiss,
You shouldn't.
no vibration.
That's right. That shouldn't. That's good. That's normal.
Okay.
Now, don't. If it's not there, don't create. Now say the word zoo. Zoo. Do you feel one now? Zoo. You should feel a vibration in your finger because.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. Now this is your larynx. Okay, men have an Adam's apple. So this is your larynx. So your larynx, actually, what you feel is you have little vocal cords inside that are vibrating like this, and that's what you feel. You feel that vibration.
Okay.
And we call this phenomenon, we call it voice. So when you voice something, your larynx, your vocal cords in your larynx vibrate. Okay?
Okay.
And that's what you feel. You also hear the d difference. If you don't say it, like if you look at my mouth, d, t. Did you see a difference? You don't see, it's exactly the same thing. The difference is in the pronunciation because you hear, this is inside me, so you can't see this.
Okay.
But you hear it. D, t.
D, d, t.
Yeah.
D,
T,
t. Okay.
T has no vibration. T, d, you'll feel a vibration if you put your finger here.
Okay.
And there are actually three ways of saying it, depending on whether the sound before is voiced or not. So if you look at this list here, okay? So you'll notice, so if you say any of these words in this list, okay, and I've highlighted the sound, not the letter, but the sound before ed, and if it is voiced, if the sound before sound, if you use your larynx, you say d. If you don't, you say t. Now you'll notice the majority have d. Okay. Now I've put a de here because in French basically people say d. So just look at here. So if you could just repeat after me: played,
Played,
robbed,
robbed,
agreed,
agreed,
begged,
begged,
changed,
changed,
tried,
tried,
good, filled,
filled,
filmed,
filmed,
turned,
turned,
banged,
banged,
snowed,
snowed,
hired,
hired,
breathed,
breathed,
subdued,
subdued,
saved,
saved,
vowed,
vowed,
organized.
organized, organized.
That's good. Now, you'll notice that all vowels, A, E, I, O, U, are all in this voice, because to have a vowel, you have to vibrate your larynx, your vocal cords. So all vowels, and that's why part of the reason this is the biggest list. The majority are D. Okay? Now, do you know what all those words mean? To bang is to hit, to like faire boom. So if you're driving down the street and somebody banged into you, boom, you heard a boom. Okay? So in other words, it can bang on the door. To hear boom, 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 boom is to bang. Okay, so this is the past of to bang.
He banged at the door. He banged.
Yeah,
banged.
we say on. Bang on the door. Yeah.
He banged on the door.
That's right.
He banged my car.
Yeah, sorry. Vowed, do you know that one?
Vowed, I guess it is related to marriage.
You're right. Yes, a vow is a promesse solennelle. Okay, in other words, to say like it's a legal or moral promise. Okay, so when you got married, you got married, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. So you vowed something, probably before the celebrant, to be faithful, to be a good husband, to whatever. I don't know what you said. I wasn't there. Yeah. But most people make a promise to be faithful usually. So it's a moral decision. So you might say une promesse solennelle is a vow, and to vow is to promise. But it's not just I'll do it. It's you have witnesses and it's legal, right? So yeah. It's a very important promise. It rhymes with wow, vow, not vow.
Vowed.
Okay, vowed. That's right.
Vowed.
Or now. Okay, not low, because sometimes OW can be pronounced more than one way, but this way they're both D in either way, so that doesn't really matter.
Subdued.
Yeah, subdue means to control.
Okay.
So if, say for example, I want to cough, I think, no, I control it, I subdue it. Or maybe I want to say something and I know I'll get into trouble if I say it, so I think, no, I'll just subdue that thought. I'll think it, but I won't say it.
Okay.
Sometimes if an army will invade another country and subdue the people, or control. So basically to subdue means to control.
Okay.
Let's go on to the next one here. So for example, when we say T, now there are fewer, okay, maybe half, but there's still a few. So when you have a sound that has an S, okay, or a P or an F or a K, or ch or sh, we just say t, because there's no vibration in the larynx here. So if you could repeat after me: placed.
Okay. Placed.
Watched.
Watched.
Puffed.
Puffed.
Choked.
Choked.
Chopped.
Chopped.
Practiced.
Practiced.
Finished.
Finished.
And fixed.
Fixed.
Very good. Now you notice that sounds like a T, so there's no vibration at the end of the word when you say that. So in other words, the sound before ED, there's no vibration, so what follows has no vibration either. You know all those words? Puffed?
No.
To puff means to have a little bouffée d'air, like very often smoke. When you smoke, when people smoke, I don't smoke, I've never smoked, but if you do smoke, the smoke comes out of your mouth, you puff, okay? If I smoked, I puffed and I choked.
Okay.
Now, you notice these words, so all these ones end in D or T, right? Now, some words do have a D or T already at the ending, like for example, need and note. Now, in these two sounds only, we add a syllable, because if I say need, you won't hear a difference between the present and the past. I have to add a syllable to hear needed, noted. Now we have the past because we add those syllables. So don't say place it or watch it or puff it or choke it or chop it or play it or rob it. We don't add a syllable. It's only when it ends in D or T, because these are the sounds here, we need to hear an extra syllable to understand. Otherwise, we won't distinguish. So just remember d, t, or id. Peach?
Yeah, so it is needed.
Very good. And?
Noted.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think you understand this?
Yes. More than.
Good. So let's see. I have a little quiz for you here. Okay. So I'm going to see if you can get. So let's have a look here. So how would you say these words here?
Added.
Good. Why? Because it has a D sound. Okay.
Yes.
So extra syllable there. Good. What about this one?
S word.
Yeah. The W is silent. We don't pronounce the W. It's like sword. So we just say answer.
Answered.
That's right. So here the R is the first column. Answered. Good.
Answered. Okay. Answered.
Good. This one here?
Appeared.
Very good. This one here?
Appreciate. Okay, noted.
So you add a syllable here because it ends in a T sound. So appreciated.
Appreciated.
Very good. This one here?
Arranged.
Yeah, just like changed.
Yes,
right?
like changed.
Good. What about this one?
Arrived.
Good, because your V sound is here, right? Arrived. Yeah. What about this one?
Asked.
No, it sounds actually, it's the K sound is here like a T. Choked, asked. So it's like a T sound at the ending, okay? So asked, I asked a question. I asked her to marry me.
I asked for a word. Okay.
Good. Next one?
Boiled.
Very good. So just like filled, okay? And again, it's not the letter, it's the sound before the D, the ED. What about this one?
Bombed.
Good. So again, that's very good. Now the B here is silent. The second B is silent. So we have two Bs, but M and B both are pronounced with a voice. So it actually sounds like bombed. Okay.
Like filmed.
That's right. Maintenant, si vous aimeriez savoir de quoi ça parle, de qu'est-ce qui se passe dans... Sorry, okay. Blooper. Je vous souhaite une bonne écoute. Maintenant, je vous invite à suivre la vidéo qui suit. Si vous aimeriez savoir qu'est-ce qui se passe dans une de mes...